up, you dry donuts? Get it? Dry donuts? That mean no glazing. What up, you dry donuts? So this is really my opinion on Monday Night Raw, but I guess you could call it kind of a response to the hater. I've been watching the hater now for about 3, maybe 4 months, somewhere in there. You know what I'm saying? I know since like post WrestleMania, I've been watching the hater because that's just when he popped up in my algorithm. You know what I'm saying? When I was got done watching WrestleMania 40, and I was looking for somebody that was actually telling the truth about what was going on with professional wrestling. And so, I found the hater, and I've been watching the hater ever since. I'm not gonna act like I've just been there since day one. I'm not a day one at all, but I do watch the haters' content, and I give them a thumbs up here and there. I might not comment. Sometimes I might comment, but hey, who really gives a flying F? But anyway, this is my opinion on Monday Night Raw. It was mid, very mid, really mid. You know, the only thing that wasn't really predictable on Monday Night Raw was Randy Orton coming out and confronting Gunther. But even then, why is Randy Orton confronting Gunther when Gunther just beat Damian Priest? And wouldn't it make more sense for Damian Priest to come out there and talk some smack to Gunther and get his rematch or cash in on his rematch clause? Speaking of rematch clauses, what happened to that? I could have sworn the former champion always has a rematch clause, but here lately in the Triple H era, the Paul Levesque era as they call it, it ain't been no such thing as rematch clauses. I mean, you seen Sami Zayn later on in the night, the little segment with Jey Uso. He said he asked for his rematch, but that's supposed to happen for every champion. You lose the title, you get a rematch because you're supposed to have a rematch clause in your contract because you're the champ, you know. But anyway, somehow Randy Orton got to shove Damian Priest out the way and get himself a match against Gunther, which would be a rematch from King of the Ring, since, Gunther didn't officially, if you're really a wrestler fan, he didn't really officially technically beat Randy Orton because one of Randy's shoulders was up, but, they still pushed him forward as King of the Ring, and now, the World Heavyweight Champion, the Ring General, Gunther. But, yeah, so that's how we started off. Gunther coming out there shooting one of his normal promos pretty much, and then Randy Orton interrupted him and challenged him for the World Heavyweight Championship at the next pay-per-view. I want to say after that we had a match with Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I didn't even really watch that match. There was no point in this feud to me. Why are they doing this? It was just a waste of time. They could have done something else with that time. They chose to have Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser. And I forgot who even won the match. It was probably Sheamus, but I forgot. But after Sheamus, I want to say there was a match between Lyra Valkyria and what's that chick name? Female Naruto. That's who she sound like, Naruto. Shayna Baszler. A match between Lyra Valkyria and Shayna Baszler. And I didn't really watch that match either because I didn't care about it. I don't care about that pointless feud. It's pointless. But they had a match and it was interrupted by Damage Control. I want to say Lyra Valkyria got attacked, so she won by DQ. And then get out of here. And then Damage Control came out there, and confronted whatever the heck the name of Shayna Baszler group with Zoe Stark and Lacey DeVille. But anyway, that happened. And then what happened next after that? I want to say CM Punk came out. CM Punk did his little promo segment or whatever, talking about what happened after SummerSlam and what happened at SummerSlam, but who cares? It's CM Punk. He deserved to lose. He deserved to get his ass whooped by Drew McIntyre. And I actually, before SummerSlam, I thought CM Punk was going to win, but he didn't. He got whooped by Drew. So it is what it is, but, he want to go up there and talk about that and, whatever. And how he returned to 5 months, but he was supposed to be out in 9. Then he got interrupted by Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins came out and pretty much unbuttoned his shirt. And, he took his shirt off and all the hoes started breathing. But anyway, and then he attempted to get in the ring to confront CM Punk because, he still got tension with CM Punk. But he let it be known even before CM Punk officially returned that he had smoke with CM Punk. But they were interrupted by Drew McIntyre. He partially came out through the crowd, and was talking to CM Punk. He was talking that smack to CM Punk, and, pretty much got CM Punk to leave the ring and chase after him, And before Seth Rollins could turn around and exit the ring, Bronson Reed was there. Yeah, that's right. Somewhere between, Bronson Reed had a backstage segment with, what's his name, Adam Pearce, saying that he wanted respect and how did Randy Orton get a title shot before Bronson Reed get a title shot, but Bronson Reed ain't done jack squat. Now, he said he's been beating people left and right, but let's face it, all Bronson Reed really does is squash guys smaller than him. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much cruiserweights, Now, in real life, a 220-pound man isn't a small dude at all, but in wrestling, 220 pounds, you're kind of a small guy. Sometimes it'll fly, sometimes it won't. But, a dude that's like 300 plus, like Bronson Reed, 220-pound man, that's a small dude. And, Bronson Reed is notorious for, like, just going after guys smaller than him, And there was people in the chat, because I said that in the chat. I watch Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown on TikTok, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say who chat I be in, but, you know what I'm saying? Even in the chat, people were disagreeing with me when I said that, Bronson Reed pretty much just picks on guys that's smaller than him. They're like, man, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you talking about. You don't know what you talking about. Get your head up off the table and get the white stuff off your nose, because you don't know what you talking about. But anyway, Bronson Reed had that backstage segment with Adam Pearce and talking about how he wants respect, that he want his title shot, and he was going to go out there and earn respect, So then I want to say Damian Priest came out, or hell, maybe it came out before then. I can't really remember. But Damian Priest comes out, and he shoots a promo pretty much calling out Finn Balor. And matter of fact, yeah, that happened before the CM Punk segment. So Damian Priest come out there. He calls out Finn Balor. Finn Balor doesn't come to the ring. You see him on the Titantron talking his smack back to Damian Priest and saying why he did what he did to Damian Priest. Which, I can't lie, like he did have a very valid point. But pretty much, he showed Damian Priest that you don't run the Judgment Day. We run a Judgment Day, and the camera zoomed out and showed that he had JD Madonna, Carlito, Dominic Mysterio, and the newest member of the Judgment Day, Liv Morgan. He had them all behind him to support him, and pretty much that was their way of showing that they kicked Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest out of the Judgment Day, right? And then we had the CM Punk segment, right? And then after the CM Punk segment, like I said, before Seth Rollins can even get out the ring, Bronson Reed comes out there and attacks Seth Rollins. He attacked Seth Rollins, and he hit him with a splash about 7 times. He hit Seth Rollins with a splash to the point where Seth Rollins was bleeding. He had, what they call it, internal bleeding. He was bleeding out of his mouth, So he's pretty banged. I'm pretty sure his ribs is pretty cracked, because that's a big dude, 320-pound dude jumping off the ring post on you 7 times. It's like getting hit by a car. But then again, like I said, damn it, Bronson Reed doesn't pick on anybody his own size. That's really what I wanted to talk to the hater about. I'm gonna post a link for this and like your last video, and then once I see you drop your Monday Night Raw video, I'm gonna post a link on that too. But this is the real conversation I wanted to have with the hater, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the hater. Y'all go subscribe to him. But is it just me, or Bronson Reed doesn't mess with anybody that's actually a threat, Now, he's had matches against, I believe, Sheamus and Gunther, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't beat those guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though he's 320 pounds, as far as his height, he's really not a big dude. He's probably like 5'10", you know what I'm saying? But against like the Gunthers and the Sheamuses of the world, you know what I'm saying? He's just an average wrestler. Now he is athletic. He can move around, do some nice moves here and there, you know what I'm saying? But well, he doesn't really do too bad of a job as far as botching. But you know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff he either oversells or he either no sells most of the time, and that's not cool. But Bronson Reed is what is. Everybody thinking he's just gonna get some type of huge push, and this is supposed to be his moment to get respect what he did to Seth Rollins. But it's like that don't earn you no respect for what you did to Seth Rollins. You wanted a title shot. You should have went out there and beat down Brian Breaker's ass. You should have went out there and squashed Gunther. But you ain't do neither one of those. What you did to Seth didn't put you in a position to get a title shot, and that's what you wanted ultimately in the first place. But in respect, but doing what squashing Seth didn't give you respect or title shots. What was the point of that? But anyway, I digress. Moving on. It was a match between the New Day and the AOP, which I didn't really care for that either. I have watched that match, but I have watched most of Monday Night Raw because I understood after about the first 20, 30 minutes that this was just going to be a mid-show. So, you had the match, like I said, New Day and the AOP. In New Day costumes, I got to give them credit. Them joints was fire. The Ninja Turtle joints, that was some fire. But anyway, New Day go against AOP and Karrion Kross. Instead of his name, Karrion Kross, he interfered in the match, but then some dude named Odyssey Jones comes out. I believe he's from NXT. I don't know. I don't really watch NXT like that, unless something important is happening. But Odyssey Jones comes out, get assist to the New Day, and he handled business. He squashed the AOP. He easy peasy lemon squeezy. Karrion Kross got him up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Bronson Reed would have did that to those guys, I would be like, damn, that's impressive. But he did it to Seth Rollins, and people were making such a big deal out of it. And it's like, he's basically just a big dude. He's really fat. He's just a fat dude picking on somebody smaller than him. That's never cool. Like, you're proud of that? You ain't supposed to be proud of no mess like that. You know what I'm saying? He should have been proud if he went out there and he squashed the AOP and Karrion Kross. But like I said, again, I digress. Moving on. Karrion Kross has a backstage segment, you know what I'm saying? And he said Odyssey Jones, is not going to be able to help the New Day, but Odyssey Jones is a big dude, 400 pounds, so I believe he is going to be able to help the New Day. But, and a lot of people in the chat was trying to say they replacing Big E, but nobody can replace Big E and what he was to the New Day. But, they do have an equalizer now. Odyssey Jones is that new equalizer, And then we had a surprise match. I didn't see this coming, but then again, they did kind of like have that segment Saturday during SummerSlam, which was Awesome Truth versus A-Town Down Under. You know what I'm saying? They had a match, and A-Town Down Under got the W, and I don't know what that's going to do for them, but maybe it'll give them some momentum, you know what I'm saying? Because really, Austin Theory deserves some momentum. He deserves a push. He's been carrying A-Town Down Under, But anyway, like I said, moving on, we had the match between JD McDonald versus Damian Priest, because Finn Balor told Damian Priest he wasn't going to face him. He was going to face JD first. And Finn said, I'm going to be there when your back is turned and you least expect me. But that's what you would expect Finn Balor to do against a big dude like Damian Priest in the first place. But, JD, Damian Priest, they had a pretty decent match. It was pretty decent, pretty all right. There was some nice spots in there, you know what I'm saying? But long story short, the Judgment Day ended up pretty much jumping Damian Priest. Finn Balor came out there, interrupted. And it looked like they was putting a nice little beating on Damian Priest, but then Damian was able to flip the script a little bit. And right before he could what is it called? The Razor's Edge. Right before he could deliver that Razor's Edge to Damian Priest, Liv Morgan pulled him out of it. She saved Finn Balor. And then Dominic came out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying, hit Damian with a chop block, and then they start beating on Damian a little bit more. But then Rhea Ripley comes out, and of course Dominic and Liv Morgan, they run, and Rhea grabbed Liv. She was able, get a nice couple shots on her, throw her into the turnbuckle and whatnot. But I believe she was going to pick up Rhea Ripley and slam her against the table, but Dominic he saved Liv. My bad. Rhea Ripley was going to pick up Liv Morgan, slam her to the table, but, Dominic, he saved Liv. He saved her. And Damian Priest ended up getting the upper hand against JD McDonough, slammed him and whatnot. And then, Rhea jumped in the ring, and her and Damian shared a hug, and it was like good old times again. So, they not in Judgment Day no more. You might as well call them No Judgment, because that's what all they gonna be right now, But who knows how that's gonna work out, But I can't see Rhea and Damian Priest apologizing to Rey Mysterio and attempting to help Rey Mysterio, or some way, somehow, like try to get on the good side of Rey Mysterio, But that's just my opinion on that. And the final match was what was it? Chad Gable, the Creed brothers versus the Wyatt Six. But they might as well be the Wyatt Sucks, because that's all they real mid. Matter of fact, they might not even be mid. They might be some Reggie. Like Reggie Bush back in the day. You got some Reggie. You knew you really was smoking some dirt. They that Reggie pack. For real, for real. The show was mid, but the Wyatt Six is Reggie pack. But Wyatt Six versus Chad Gable and the Creed brothers. I'm gonna call them Team Gable. A lot of people was debating like what to call them, even though I think Chad Gable said something about they was all Americans or something like that. But that's lame. They might as well be Team Gable, just like how Kurt Angle had Team Angle. You know what I'm saying? Team Gable. And Team Gable ended up losing. I ain't watched the whole match because I wasn't even entertained. I was just so ready for Monday Night Raw to be over with, so I could at least say I saw it and didn't really miss anything, and I could make a video talking about it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I just wanted to share my opinion on it on the show. Like I said, it was probably like a 2 out of 5 star show. It was pretty mid. It wasn't what you was expecting for a post show after SummerSlam. You would expect like stories to progress a whole lot more than what they did, and we didn't get too much progression. And it's been happening a lot lately on SmackDown and Raw. I understand Roman Reigns came back, but you're supposed to be competing as brands, right? Raw versus SmackDown, you know what I'm saying? So Raw was supposed to make some shape, make something happen. Besides, what did happen. I mean, but if you're a real wrestling fan, it was still mid. I can't sit here and act like it wasn't mid when it was mid. It was very mid, super mid, you know. And one of my sayings is, you can spray paint a turd gold, but at the beginning, middle, and end of the day, it's still a turd. And for all of you that missed that, like I said, you can spray paint a turd gold, but it's still a turd. And that's basically what Monday Night was. Monday Night Raw. It was a gold painted turd. It's gold, but underneath it was still shit. Yep. But anyway, like I said, you non-glazed donuts, because we don't do no glazing over here. So you dry donuts, you non-glazed donuts, shout out to y'all, no glazers. Like I said, it was just a video I feel like making. I know the hater gonna make his, and shoot, I like the rest of you subscribers. I actually got my own YouTube channel with 500 subscribers, so I could just make my own video instead of requesting a video for the hater to make. You know what I'm saying? I could just make my own video and post the link, and me and him could kind of chit chat back through videos. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, we putting out content. You know what I mean? But like I said, I want to see what the hater opinion is, and if he does watch my video, how he feel about my take. You know what I'm saying? Along with what he saw. Do you agree with me? Was this show mid? Was it some ass? A tall can of it. But either way, your opinion is your opinion. Like I said, peace out. And yeah, don't be glazing them donuts.